We had some laughs. It was fun. You know, all good things must come to an end eventually.
Hey, the reason why I speak.
Millions of dollars was on my mind at that time. I was dead broke. There was no time to relax, go hang out, party. No, I was broke. I needed millions. I saw, even when I had negative money in my account, which was very often, I saw millions in my future. I wanted safety, comfort, security, ease, no more stress. Tired of watching people stress. Tired of watching people fucking scrape and pawn shit just to pay this, and you know what I mean? I was tired of that shit, tired of being that myself.
Oh, relationships are tough. No, they're not. They're only tough when one person's working on it. Two people can move a couch real easy. One person can't move it at all. If you're in a relationship, let me try to help you right now. Rule one, stop competing. Her success is your success, and your success is her success. Stop competing. Number two, okay? There is no equality in a relationship. It's like, we equals. No, you're not. You're both there to serve. You are in the service industry, okay? When you're in a relationship, you're in a band. And when you're in a band, you have roles that you play in the band.
Millions of dollars was on my mind at that time. I was dead broke. There was no time to relax, go hang out, party. No, I was broke. I needed millions. I saw, even when I had negative money in my account, which was very often, I saw millions in my future. I wanted safety, comfort, security, ease, no more stress. Tired of watching people stress. Tired of watching people fucking scrape and pawn shit just to pay this, and you know what I mean? I was tired of that shit, tired of being that myself.
It's well, it's like a best friend of more. It's the one person in the world who knows you better than us. Someone who makes you a better person.
Greatest people on the planet have suffered the most. Suffering is not bad. I'm suggesting suffering is awesome. The ego runs from suffering because it's the death of the ego. But I believe pain, difficult times, failure, loss is purification and preparation for personal heroism.
Michael Jordan, I remember I interviewed him years ago. And I said, what makes you the best in the world? Is it skill? Is it talent? Is it ability? Is it background? Is it training? And he was so awesome. He said, Tony, I can tell you the truth, and it won't sound like hyperbole or false modesty. He said, I didn't even make the high school basketball team my sophomore year. I was cut. He said, what it is every day I demand more from myself than anybody else could possibly expect. I don't compete with other people. I compete with what I'm capable of. And it's just like, that kind of standard is inspiring.
And people ask me all the time, I lack discipline. How can I get discipline in my life? One of the first steps you can take to impose discipline in your life is to wake up early in the morning. Because let's face it, when the alarm goes off, you got your head on that soft pillow. It's all nice and cozy and warm in there. You do not feel like getting up. That snooze alarm is...
That's insane.
I call that snooze alarm the dream killer. Like when you press that snooze button, you're killing your dreams.
I know you're somewhere out there. somewhere far away. I want
What are you scared of failing?
Still being at the same place when my friends are at the next level.
Huge mistake. You don't want the same thing your friends want, so why the fuck do you care what they have? Don't care what other people think, it's the only reason you're scared. What's gonna happen? Like, people are gonna make fun of you? Like, who gives a shit? The problem is you let somebody else's opinion dictate your behavior. Having your self-esteem wrapped up in outside validation is always the greatest vulnerability. Do everything for yourself and your family, not to impress people that you don't even know.
I personally always look for outside validation. How do you unlearn that?
So I think the first way is to actually acknowledge, like, hey, I do a lot of things for other people to think that I'm good. Why? Start down the path of that, whether it's therapy or meditation, journaling, or just surrounding yourself with positive people who are good at not using outside validation as a framework. All of those things become much more real once you acknowledge its existence, which is why I speak about it so much, hoping that just one person watching says, wait a minute, that's me, and starts their journey to get out of the hamster wheel of unhappiness.
I always felt like I could do anything. That's the main thing people are controlled by. Thoughts, their perception of themselves. They're slowed down by their perception of themselves. If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. I was taught I could do everything. Go listen to all my music. It's the codes of self-esteem. It's the codes of who you are. If you're a Kanye West fan, you're not a fan of me, you're a fan of yourself.
One day you'll leave this world behind.
If another fucking 24-year-old rolls up on me and says, I'm gonna be a millionaire before I'm 30, I'm gonna punch him in the throat. Everybody wants it so fast. Let me promise you something super real as shit. Anything that comes real fast is a problem. And so the question I wanna know is, why do you want it so fast? That's the real game. Why do you need to become a millionaire every time you're... If another fucking 24-year-old rolls up on me and says, I'm gonna be a millionaire before I'm 30, I'm gonna punch him in the throat. Not because I don't like the ambition and bravado, I fucking actually love it. I live it. I love it. I don't want them to put a cap on themselves or a time frame because that leads to anxiety. Because when you come to me at 24 and say, I'm gonna be a millionaire at 30, when you're nowhere further along at 26, you start to get anxious.
I'm starting to learn that being broken and alone is sometimes the best place to be. Because what happens is you start to realize that you really aren't alone. You're just not dependent on the person you were supposed to be dependent on this whole.
This is the truth. If you can see it here, you can hold it here. If you can entertain the idea, you can cause it to move into form because you are in harmony or can be in harmony with the laws that govern your being.
If you lack optimism, it's game over. If you can't look for the bright side or look at the half glass full or be optimistic instead of pessimistic, if you can't do that, you just absolutely have no chance in winning because life's hard enough, the game's hard enough, the market's hard enough against you that if you're against yourself, that's too stacked. The deck becomes too stacked.